What's up guys, and welcome to another episode of Investing Mate. This channel is everything about personal finances, investing, making money, creating wealth, saving money. So if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next episodes. In this video, we are going to talk about 5 different financial mistakes that you really want to avoid, because if you get into them, you'll be in really big trouble. So let's get started. Okay, so the first mistake that a lot of people make is that they fall into the trap of getting into these seminars of get rich now. This tip will save you millions of dollars. With 2 clicks, you'll be rich. Because you know what? The only person that is getting rich is the person selling you the course or the seminar or whatever. So keep this in mind, really avoid these things, because the only thing that they are doing is that they are playing with your goals and your dreams. So they know a lot of people want to get rich and they want to get rich quickly without much effort. So they are just really going to cash in out of you. So yes, avoid these seminars at all costs, and believe me, they are not worth it. Please stay away from them. Now, the second mistake that a lot of people make is not knowing how to use credit cards. So, credit cards can be actually fantastic if you avoid paying interest. So the goal is squeeze as many points as you can, get free traveling, and at all costs avoid paying any cents to the bank. You don't want to be paying the minimum always. No, you always want to pay it fully every month, no excuses. I really want you to consider that credit cards have the biggest interest rate of basically any kind of loan, excepting the dodgy street loans that you really want to avoid for your life. But credit cards can be really poisonous into your financial life. So avoid them if you really cannot get responsible with them. But basically avoid spending money that you don't need with credit cards, and always pay them in full to get those juicy points, and avoid paying any interest on them. Now, the third tip that I want to discuss is don't buy stuff that you don't need to impress the people that literally don't care at all. So it's quite common actually that a lot of people start getting the latest fashion statement things and whatnot, and that's normally just to impress other people. So I really think that in terms of spending money, you should really think about yourself instead of thinking, oh, what are the other people going to think? Oh, I really need the latest iPhone to show off to my friends. Most of the time they won't care, or they will maybe tell you once, oh man, that's amazing, and that's it, but you'll still be paying the 52 payments that you need to do for that freaking iPhone for 2 years. So avoid that, because that's really going to pull you down in your personal finances, and it's really not giving you much value. It is much better to invest in things that you really care for yourself and that you really love. Now, the fourth tip that I want to give you is avoid bad credits. And with bad credits, I mean credits that you get for stuff that don't produce money and they just devaluate, like for example a car, the latest iPhone, this kind of stuff. If you cannot pay it outright, you basically cannot afford it. So avoid the typical trap of going to the dealership. They will tell you, man, you only need to pay $120 per week for 6 years, and you'll be like, amazing, that's not a lot of money. But if you actually do the calculations, you'll end up paying way more for that car. So that's really going to be dragging you down. And remember, a car is something that the second you take it out of the dealership, for 5 minutes, you lost 30% already on it. So avoid getting credits for this kind of stuff. If you want to get credits, please do it, but for investments, things that are going to produce you money. Now, the fifth mistake that a lot of people make is putting off budgeting, and I kind of understand it, because it's kind of annoying always keeping track of your expenses and whatnot. But I have a full video explaining how you can make it easy for yourself, so you can put yourself some financial goals that you really want to achieve. Now, it is really important that you actually do this budgeting, because it is going to give you visibility over the amount of money that you are spending and also the amount of money that you are making. one of the typical mistakes is that you actually are spending more money than the one that you are producing, so you keep like digging yourself in this financial hole that is really hard to get back out of it, because you know, you start getting credits because you are like, oh my god, but how come it doesn't add up? And that's the issue. Like, you know, you keep going down, I don't realize it because you are not measuring it. So it's really important that you keep track of your finances and you really get on top of it. You start saving money and you start making more money than the one that you are spending. At the beginning of my career, I was actually quite aimless with my finances, and I'm pretty sure maybe some months I was spending way more money than what I was making. So it's really important to start getting a goal and having an aim of where you want to be in the future, so that you can start cracking and get your finances in order. Okay guys, these were the 5 tips that I had for you to avoid these mistakes. I think it's really important that you consider them, because you know, these 5 mistakes are probably the worst ones that you will find, and they can really put you down in terms of finances and in your process of creating wealth. Remember, I explained it before in the 7 steps to wealth, but there are different steps that you really need to go through to actually become wealthy. So you really want to keep this in mind, avoid the mistakes on the way, and get better financially. Also consider subscribing if you haven't, because I'm really going to explain in depth also how to do more of these things, how to get into investing in next episodes, so you really don't want to miss that one. Also let me know down below in the comments, what do you think about these personal finances typical mistakes, and let me know if you have any other one that we can add to the list together. The idea is that we can all learn together and get better in personal finances and in the creation of wealth. Also give this video a like if you haven't yet, because it really helps the channel, and I will see you in the next one.